Welcome to Dave Doc DIY, and you are here because your Delta faucet is either dripping or leaking. I'm going to do a very simple video and show you how you can fix it yourself. First thing we're going to do, shut off the water to the faucet. The repair kit that we're using is an Everbuilt repair kit. This is made for Delta faucets. It actually comes with parts for multiple different faucets, so if you're not sure which one it is, buy this Everbuilt Delta faucet repair kit. It's $14. Now I'm coming up top here and making sure that my water is fully shut off. I'm not getting any water out of it. It's time to pull the handle off. As you can see, I am grabbing my 1/8 Allen key right now. I'm going to slide that into the set screw, loosen this up so we can slide the handle off. Sometimes these can fight you a little bit to get off. You might have some sediment. This one came off fairly easily. What I'm going to do now is grab my adjustable wrench, and you can see there's little slots on the outside where the adjustable can slide right in there. Going to get it nice and tight on there, give it a good turn, and we are taking this baby right off. Now as we get inside here, you're going to see the assembly that makes this entire thing tick. There is a shield part on the top here that technically guides your faucet handle when you turn it off and on. As you can see, I pulled it out with the ball. I call that ball the Death Star. I call the outside part the shield. Shout out to Captain America. And now I am pulling out our seats and our springs. Seats are essentially a rubber gasket that sits against your little Death Star ball that turns your faucet off and on. If your faucet's dripping from the nozzle, those seats are bad, and that's what I'm going to be replacing on this. I'm going to replace the ball too. As you saw there, I also cleaned out the inside. Now, again, there's a lot of parts in here, and some of these you aren't going to need. As you can see, I have my matching shield right there. I'm going to shut the pop-up in the sink because you don't want to lose any of these springs or parts down there. So make sure you shut your pop-up. If you don't have one, cover up the hole with something. We're going to grab our shorter springs with the fatter side on the bottom, and we're going to grab the smaller seats that in this kit if you're using this Everbuilt kit, because there's two different types of seats. I'm sitting the spring with the fat side to the bottom, thinner side to the top. My rubber gasket is sitting right on top of it, and what I like to do is I like to slide it onto the Allen key. Thicker side goes down to the bottom, and I use the Allen key to guide it right into those holes. Now, at this point, too, you can add some plumbing silicone to it, some plumber's grease. That will make these gaskets last longer and have a less likely result of having any leaks when you're installing this new part. Now we're going to put the ball in. As you can see, there's a thinner slot on the side of your ball. That slides right onto where that pin is. That pin is used as a guide as your ball sits in there. We're going to grab our shield, and we are going to grab the gasket that fits inside the shield, exactly like this. You're going to see that pin on the side. That's going to come into play now. You're going to put the thinner side of the shield on the bottom and slide it right onto the top of the faucet. Now, this can fight you a little bit sometimes. You really have to put pressure down. As you can see, I'm putting the pliers down. You want that slot to be in the left side there, nice and flush. Now, after that, I'm ready to tighten my top end back on. I'm starting it off hand tightening just to make sure everything's sitting nice and flush. My plastic shield isn't moving around when I'm tightening it. Now I'm going to grab my adjustables and send this baby home nice and tight. Now, the first thing you want to do after this is, while you still have everything exposed up here, you're going to want to go underneath the sink and turn your water on. I like to do this nice and slow. And also, one thing I also like to do, I like to pull off the aerator, because you're most likely going to have sediment from the valves, especially if the valves are old and need to be replaced, like the ones that I'm working on here. I recommend that those valves get replaced in the future on this job. We're going to turn this water back on, and here you see why we pull that aerator out. The aerator that was on it is totally screwed up as it is already. But that's all the sediment that would just be getting clogged in your aerator. So always remember that. You're going to see here it shoots a little sideways. Yeah. My main goal here, though, is to be seeing that I'm not having any leakage coming through my shield up top. Shout out to Captain America again. I do not see any leaks on the base of this. I don't see any around my shield. Nothing dripping around the bottom. If you're worried about it, sit some toilet paper around that edge of it and maybe see. Toilet paper will always show you if something's leaking. So I got my handle back on. We tightened it back on with our Allen key. As you can see, I made a semi-repair to this aerator. I also suggested that that needs to be replaced in the future. But we're just going to test this thing out. We're going to turn it off and on a bunch of times. We're going to turn it on the hot side for a while, turn it on the cold side for a while. And just look for leaks. Be safe, especially if you're doing this for yourself. You don't want to have any issues happen, but this is something fairly easy that if you follow these instructions, you're going to be able to do it yourself. Later this week, I'll be posting a video on how to fix all of the parts inside of your toilet tank, fill valve, flapper, all that fun stuff. I hope this video helped you out. Like, subscribe, DaveDoc DIY.